you.
3, 2, 1. Sound Charlie fade.
This is a special edition of WCCO.
Stand by the anchors, stand by crews.
Live from Target Field.
Mike the anchors cue and dissolve crews, you're on.
The holiday spirit is in full effect here today at Target Field as veterans are gathering for our Winter Salute event.
And we are here with Minnesota veterans
Del
as
One
part
Arts.
of our Home for the Holidays campaign. Thank you so much for joining
Dissolve.
us for
Art,
this
you're
special
up.
edition of Mid Morning. I'm AJ Hilton.
And I'm Heather Brown. It's great to be with you all here. WCCO
What are you
once
feeling,
again,
Alpha?
this is our 7th year here, partnering with the Minnesota Citizen Council for Veterans. You
Take.
maybe know it better as MACV.
Yep.
And their mission
Pretty
is
cruise
to help
cam, Del
end
3.
veteran
Cruise, you're up.
homelessness. Now today's
Dissolve.
Winter Salute event is hosted by
Pretty
the
red.
Minnesota Twins. Of course, it's held right here at Target Field, and it's designed to give veterans access to all kinds of supportive services that they need. Everything from advice on finding jobs and housing and vision checks, haircuts. There's even veterinary advice on helping them with their service dogs.
Now remember, you can also help make the season brighter.
All right,
for
ready,
our
boxes.
veterans. You
It'll
can
be
donate
one
right
and
now.
art.
All
One
you
and
have
art.
to do
Stand by
is text
Shayla's mic.
MACV to 44321, or you can go to WCCO.com/holidays to give. Something to remember, a $112 donation that buys a veteran food for a week. And the James
Joseph can be
Stanley
in there
Foundation
already.
will match all donations up to $100,000 this week. So now is a really good time for you to give if you're able
You
to
can sit
help.
down.
We have so much more coming up from Target Field. We're just
Mike
scratching the
Shayla.
surface, but first we're going to toss
Take.
it back to Shayla Reeves, Joseph Dames at the studio. for
We already
your
Del
news
11.
And of course, those weather headlines too.
All right, thanks so much, AJ and Heather.
Take.
So we finally saw some
Okay,
snow.
your
overnight
Target
in
field's
our
clear for
shore.
now. Already
Really,
two,
it
already
wasn't
Joseph's
enough
mic.
to cause too many problems during our morning commute. We have seen a few accidents though, and of course, it
Mike
kind of
Joseph.
takes people off guard
Take.
just a little bit when you get that
Pretty
first
max.
snow, even if it's a little bit.
It doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't take
No,
much.
it doesn't take much, and it's just so cold outside. We have temperatures
Take.
in the teens, so we've had
Back
some
on
parts
two
with
next, two
snow-covered
stinging to
roads,
Vio Bravo.
just from a half an inch there. I mean, they did a pretty good job with some of the plowing, but we just saw a case in point where we just had that accident there. All right, right now we have 14 degrees in the Twin Cities. We have 4 in St. Cloud, and then just up to the northwest there in Alexandria, we are now below zero. All those locations up there to the northwest, those aren't going to get warmer today. It's only going to get colder, and that cold air will be moving in our direction as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. I think from this point forward, honestly, I am not anticipating
32.
our feels like temperature to be above zero. So I think it's going to feel like it's below zero all day today. Look at Bemidji right now at 36 below. All right, so the gusty winds in
Take.
place. We
Pretty
have
sting through the Vio and Bravo.
coming up, and we've had so far
About a
this
minute
winter.
to
We do
Target
warm
Field,
up a
1
little
minute.
bit heading into the weekend, but it may come with some snow, so I'll talk more about that in a minute.
All right, thanks so much, Joseph.
Sting.
Now here's a look at your news headlines. New this morning, a chaotic scene in South Minneapolis
Pretty much Vio
after
Charlie.
homeless encampment fire spread to a house. This all happened late last night on 15th Avenue South, a couple of blocks west of Bloomington Avenue. The Minneapolis Fire Department says several tents in the encampment were fully engulfed in flames.
We have a
Propane
two-shot and
tanks
a quick deal here,
exploded
and then
and
a
the fire
three-shot
spread to a
with
home.
MACV.
The siding of another home was also melting. Firefighters got the flames under control in about 45 minutes. The Red Cross is helping 8 people find new homes. No one was hurt. Investigators are looking into the cause of the fire.
White.
The Minneapolis City Council decided to raise property taxes last night by
Vio and Alpha through
6.9%.
purple.
Mayor Jacob
About
Fry
30 to
originally
Target Field,
proposed
30.
a tax increase of 8.3%. The council's vice president tells us they'll handle the decrease by delaying spending on technology and conference room modernization. The
Ready
city's
purple.
160
Already
highest
Alpha
paid
and
employees
purple.
also won't
Flash.
get raises. The city of St. Paul is hoping to
Dissolve.
save lives as the brutal cold moves
Okay,
in.
Target Field,
As of
stand by.
today, 3 of these 4
Target
warming
Field is up
spaces
next,
are
standing
opening
by
around
50.
the
31.
city.
Target
The
Field's
St.
next.
Paul
Q to 1,
Reformation
Q to 1.
Lutheran
There we go.
Church space
Just a
will open
two-shot to
on
start,
Sunday.
two-shot to start.
Just last week, someone died from the
Art,
cold
I need a
in Ramsey
two-shot,
County.
please. Art, just a
These warming
two-shot. Thank you.
spaces are scheduled to open each night through March at 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. The Law Enforcement Center in St. Paul is also serving as a warming space for anyone
31.
who needs it.
Take.
The
Pretty
Salvation
boxes,
Army's
1
Harbor
and
Light
art.
Emergency Shelter is also adding extra
Here
beds
it
for
comes.
the next few nights. There's 7 service centers in the Twin Cities Metro, and those are also open on weekdays.
Mike the
Those are
anchors.
news headlines.
Take.
Let's go ahead
Art,
and
you're up.
check back in
Pretty
with
Del
Heather
1
and
full.
AJ out at Target Field.
Take. Art, you're full. Pretty Vio and
All right,
Bravo.
Shayla, thank you. Well, you know, this is the 8th year
We
the
won't come back
WCCO is
to
partnering with
Shayla,
MACV for
but
Home for the
Joseph will be
Holidays.
right.
Eight years. I've been
Take
7
4,
years.
3 shot,
Time
please.
flies,
Art,
though.
3
Minnesota
shot.
Citizen
Take
Council
your
for
mic here for a
Veterans.
while.
It was founded by veterans to serve
Okay, ready to come
their
back to Del
fellow
1.
service members more than 30 years ago, and the mission, it's an important one, is to end veteran homelessness.
Dissolve
in
Art, you're
our
back
state,
up.
and
Thank
they
you. I see
are
you at the
doing
cutaway,
it.
Robin.
Joining us now to tell us much more about that mission, Brian
Ready, Robin.
Peterson, MACD's Chief Financial Officer. Brian, thanks for
Ready,
being
Art.
with us
Thank
today.
you both. We appreciate this.
You
Take.
mentioned you are doing this.
Ready,
You
Robin.
are ending veteran homelessness across Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a problem that is,
Take.
I mean, solving homeless for any population or society is a complex problem, but it is one that can be solved. Right? You see this event here today. You have 65 service providers providing services for folks, everything from housing to employment to overcoming legal barriers, whatever they need, healthcare. These are things that are coordinated across multiple agencies, and it's happening every day.
Yeah. This is
Pretty
an
hard.
event that
Take.
really unites, it feels like, this community, you know, here in Minneapolis. Can you talk about the process of continuing to unite this community and ending homelessness? We're so close.
Pretty Robin.
We've got one county to go. Ramsey County is the last one to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Take.
just recently, Hennepin County declared that effective end of veteran homelessness.
Pretty
means
hard.
the systems have been built and established to serve people and meet their needs when they do encounter an issue in their life in which they become homeless or experience housing loss. That solution is possible, and Ramsey County is the last one. This work is one person at a time. Everybody that comes through the doors here today, or that comes through our doors on any given day of the year, will have a unique situation, a unique story, and we have solutions that overcome those challenges, right? That help them on a pathway to rebuilding their life, right? To achieving housing stability in their life. But the work is also systemic, like to your point, like it requires incredible amount of coordination, partnership across multiple agencies. MACD's mission is so much bigger than our organization. Right? It requires everybody working together and really truly collaborating at a systemic level alongside those individual solutions.
Take.
Brian, you're the money guy here. You know, fundraising has certainly changed over the past few years. How do
Wait, did you hear
make
that?
sure your dollars go as far as they can?
Yeah, you know, it's certainly my role to make the
Pretty
biggest
Robin.
difference with every dollar that we can.
Take.
Right? But
Can you
it's
take
all of
Del
ours.
2
We
out
talk
of
about
the
this all time.
Del 1
Everybody
IFB,
on our
please?
team shares that responsibility. Everything that we do
Pretty Art.
impacts how we spend money, right, and how we get our money to spend. We need to be stewards.
You can roll up, Callie.
Of our philanthropic support,
Thank
but
you.
also our mission to
Pretty
end
Art.
veteran homelessness. So that is something that we're constantly
All right.
talking about.
Take.
We support folks directly
You're up.
with everything from rental assistance to security deposits. to
Cruz,
getting to that
I've got you in the
apartment,
bumper.
right,
Cruz,
to
in the bumper. I need a shot
tools
from
they
you.
might need to get that job and overcome whatever barrier they might have to housing access. So we're doing that. But to us, making the biggest difference with every dollar also means having a strong organization, being a great place to work, right? And supporting our employees who are doing really hard work day in, day out.
A one-stop
Okay,
shop.
pretty
right
view
here.
on Charlie
Thank you so much
Spin.
for joining us this morning. We appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you both, and thank you for the partnership over the last 8 years, and the awareness makes a difference.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Still much
Spin,
more to
take.
come on this very special home
Pretty
for the
view on Alpha.
holidays. We're going to share
Dissolve.
Robert's story. We'll tell you how this
Pretty white to
veteran
VO
made
Bravo.
his way from the jungles of Central America to find the help he needed here in Minnesota.
What?
And Bert Blyleven joins us to tell us why an event like this winter
Pretty
storm
Cruz,
is so
Del
important
3.
to the Minnesota
Cruz, you're up.
Twins.
Dissolve. Standby break.
Heather AJ clear on our bump cam.
And break is rolling. We're clear.
Bump cam is cleared. 3 minutes here, 3 minutes.
Okay, Cruz, you're out of the break.
We have a live bump in here, then the Twins VO, then right to the Bert Blyleven interview.
Working on that, Spencer.
Yes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Spencer, can someone talk into a guest mic, please?
She's always here for the veterans. She's always here. Next time. What did you take over from her?
90.
I hear muffled right now.
90
I
seconds.
think I hear Reg.
How are you?
Brandon AJ. Nice.
Should just be able to take, I think it's it's either 14 out of 4 or 15 out of 5.
One minute, bump cam first. 1 minute, bump cam first.
But make sure you take it off of both the split. And you guys are dialed in Del 1? You guys are dialed into IFB Del 1?
.30 target field, 30.
Okay, then it should be whatever we're feeding Del 1. So I don't know why they're not hearing the correct thing. 30. Crews, stand by. You're coming up with spin.
.15.
10 seconds to cruise.
Standing by, here we come, bump cam first, then twin CO, then out to Bert.
In 5, 4,
We can get a
3,
3 shot right away.
2, 1, and spin fade. Cruise, you're up. You can mic the anchors under and cue them.
Welcome back to a special edition of WCCO Mid Morning.
Pretty Vio and Charlie.
For veterans live from Target Field. I'll tell you what,
Dissolve.
the Minnesota Twins are hosting
Cruise, you're
today's
clear
Winter
for
Swim.
now.
It's just one of
Pretty Del
many
1,
ways
free
the
shot.
team continues to recognize and support our veterans and active members, our military members throughout the
You
year.
can mic Bert.
And we are happy, we are
Dissolve.
honored to have Minnesota
Pretty
Twins
Robin.
and broadcast legend Brooke Blalovan here with us today.
Take.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. An honor for me to be here. Something that I like to do every year. Come back.
The Twins
Pretty
are a
hard.
longtime
Take.
supporter of MACV and this mission. What does it mean to you to get behind this mission?
Pretty
I
Robin.
got goosebumps just when you said
Take.
that. Why wouldn't we not? You know, I mean, these people, they sacrifice their life, you know, and we're here to honor them for all their service and dedication to the game of life.
hard.
And
Is this the guy that
giving
used to
us
circle
our-
people?
Is what?
How do you see
Take.
the
Is this
Twins'
the guy that used to
involvement in
circle?
making a
Yeah,
difference
that's what I thought.
for veterans? I know you're here for the week of
It's
giving.
not only what the Twins are doing
Pretty
here, it's
Robin.
what they do, I think, throughout the year
Take.
through the Twins Community Fund. You know, it's baseball, it's a game, but, you know, we're dealing with life here, you know, as far as today, you know, what these guys went through and the turmoils that they've had to deal with through life. But, you know, the Minnesota Twins have always given back, and that's what the Polite family about started with Calvin Griffith
Okay, ready, Art?
back in 1965 when they came here for the first time. Calvin always through the winter caravan wanted us to go out and meet all the fans and thank them for their support. And now we, you know, you look around, you see, you know, everybody here that is supporting the military.
For you personally,
Take.
for you to be here this week, because I know you're in Florida. You could be in
Pretty
Florida
Robin.
right now. You said you wanted to be here. You personally involved with MACV. Why was that so important?
Well, I have an older brother who's in the Air Force.
Take.
You know, when I was drafted,
30.
I was ready to go into the reserves. They had the lottery at that time, but my number was never called, and that's okay. But, you know, when I first started playing baseball, I didn't know where I was going to
Pretty
go.
Art.
You know, I signed at 18 years old. I came up through the big leagues at 19.
Yeah.
But going to spring training my first year,
We can wrap.
I mean,
One
On a
wrap.
wrap.
you don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, if I don't make it, my parents didn't make, they gave me $15,000. So I gave half to my parents, half to me. I bought a car.
Yeah.
You know, and went to spring training, and I thought, you know what, if I don't make it, I'm going to go back, probably go to junior college. And my brother was in the service, the Air Force, and I thought, you know, that might be a direction I
Take.
might want to go. But baseball was my direction.
And we're so fortunate that you joined us
Pretty
here.
Vio and Alpha.
And
this
guess
morning.
what? Bert circled me. Thank you. Years and years
Thank you so much. She's been waiting for a long time. Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here too.
Thank you. You can
Take
head to the
in
Twins
VO.
website to check out
2 shot,
all the
please.
military
Art, 2
support
shot.
the team provides that honor and the active and veteran militaries, members of our military. Now,
Thank
as
you.
part
Ready,
of our
two,
Hope for
ready, Art.
Holidays campaign, we like to share the
Ready, VO and
stories
Bravo.
of veterans who
Bird's
found a
clear.
home through MACV.
And
Take.
we want you to meet Robert
Ready, Charlie
Sound.
sound.
He's a Navy
Charlie
veteran
VO
who
to
found
Alpha
himself
sound.
homeless and hurting in the jungles of Central America.
Dissolve. Ready, Alpha sound.
WCCO's Reg Chapman shares how his life changed when he found his way to Minneapolis.
Sound Alpha dissolve.
The gratitude I have is
All right, this runs for 247. The way up is the LQ Art on a 3 shot with
alcohol
with,
and mental
Reg
illness
next.
has brought him full circle. He
We have
first
about a
came to
minute to chat
Minnesota
with
years
Reg.
ago. He was at Hazleton working on his sobriety. Robert spent time in Wayzata before returning to his native Chicago.
So I was homeless in Chicago in the Pilsen neighborhood, and it was getting cold and it was getting
Joseph,
close
you're
to
up after
winter, and
this.
I didn't know what
Reg
to
in
do.
about 2.5 minutes or so.
I just decided to hop
I'm
on
gonna
the
keep
plane
it pretty
and go.
strict to the 2:30 for weather here.
Robert had been to Costa Rica before. He learned to be a yoga
Use touch
instructor
back
here in
and forth with
2013.
Heather,
It was a
and
familiar
the
place,
touch
but
back
this
that
time
he walks
circumstances were different.
And I brought a tent with me, and I started living in the jungle. I couldn't get out. I was stuck. I was homeless. I didn't have a way to leave. I called the embassy a couple times trying to get out, and
2 minutes.
there just isn't the type of medical care there for people with, having a mental illness crisis.
Things changed when he met a mother and daughter.
And they were both nurses, and they offered to do breathworks with me, and then they saw that I was homeless in Central America, living out of a tent, and decided to take me in. And they fed me, they clothed me, they supported my sobriety.
They helped Robert get help, a 4-month intensive treatment program. And when he successfully completed it,
The director of the program took me under his wing and said, "Hey, I want you to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, because of the veteran care they have for veterans. The type of care that they have for veterans will be perfect for you."
with help from his Central American family, he got on a plane and landed back in Minneapolis.
When I arrived, I had a
1 minute.
suitcase and a duffel bag.
1 minute.
My last bit of money to travel to the CRRC, I got to the CRRC, and that's where I met James and the staff there, and they took me under their wing and said, "We got you. You're going to be all right. You're a veteran. We got you covered."
He found refuge at Harbor Lights, where they have an area just for unsheltered veterans. 3 months
Yeah,
later,
they're like
Matt
tiny
B
next
had
to
his
Reg.
voucher for an apartment.
Got that from the hospital. They gave me a plant there, so I brought that.
Robert's new space is what he dreamed of when he
30
was
to
homeless
3
in the
shot, 30.
jungles of Costa Rica.
So this is the yoga studio here.
He believes Matt V helped save his life.
It's like another vet going
Just a
there.
reminder
It's like
after our
another
chat
vet
with
going
Reg,
down,
just a reminder after our chat with
into
Reg,
the
we have weather.
trenches,
20 seconds.
Where I was homeless, busted, beaten.
Can I get to the wall, please?
And then taking them out, and then
10 seconds.
basically saving.
Okay, stand by.
MACV helped coordinate everything.
Ready, Art.
And I always had the support. So it's like climbing up a ladder. Like they're not gonna
Lever.
like carry you up the ladder, but they're gonna guide you up the ladder and give you a little support on the way up.
Go.
Mike, the 3 of them dissolve in queue.
And Reg, what's amazing to me about Robert's story here is he came
Ron, can you Iris 11
to
up a little bit?
Minnesota. They told him this is where you need to go because of places
Ready,
like
Robin?
MACV.
And that's not the first time
Thank
I've
you.
heard that.
Oh, there's
A lot of veterans
snow.
that live out of state are being told
Take, Robin,
about
you're up.
Minnesota and MACV, and they come here to get those services. MACV's like a warm spot.
Yeah.
Okay, ready.
Around the veteran and never like that.
Ready, Art.
The thing that I
Take.
love about
Okay,
Robert's
someone
story, too,
needs
is
to
the
put
fact
Reg's
that he was
mic
able
on
to
his
get
other
assistance through MACV, and now he's doing his part
side of the sweater.
and giving back. He's using his gift, his talent,
Facing away
through
from his
yoga
microphone.
to inspire and help others.
She's got this notebook that
Ready, Robin.
has all the information that any
Take.
veteran will need to help them get out of homelessness. He
Honor wrap.
goes to those people, talks to them, does yoga, breathing, teaching them how to deal with their depression, their anxiety. He's a gem.
Right, and that's got to be so
Take.
helpful.
Art, you're up.
It really is. Just have someone who's been through that experience they can identify with. That's what it's all about. We're gonna have much more conversation
Okay,
with you.
ready,
in just a
11.
minute, Reg.
Now, our
Take.
WCCO
11's up.
community tree has been
I need a
shining
2-shot,
bright
Art,
out
2-shot.
there on our CCO rooftop. Finally got some snow.
Okay,
on
pretty
it
boxes,
there.
it'll
Snow came
be
in overnight. Let's
Art
check in with
and
Joseph
7,
this morning
Mike
because
Joseph,
the snow
dissolve.
was the story when you woke up, but it's the bitter cold as you go through the day, Joseph.
Yeah, that's exactly
27.
right. I mean, it's going to be the wind that's bringing in that
You guys are
cold
clear
air.
about
The
2 minutes of weather
combination of
here?
the two is not great. But we just saw from the community shot there that we have some snowflakes
come
coming
back to
down
a
at this
two-shot,
time,
and
but I'm
then
not
we need the
expecting
pop-up cam, just,
really a
that's
lot
really
of snow throughout the day
pop-up
today.
cam.
We're actually going to see the cold, dry air moving on in. Actually, let's start off with our snow totals, and then we'll talk about that cold air, because we can't dodge it, and it's going to be here, so we'll get to that, don't worry. This is from the Weather Watcher Network. A lot of spots up to the north picking up at least about 2 inches of snow. I think the highest totals were about Polk County.
As far as I
all the
know,
way up to
Spencer
Beltrami
Wade is sending
County
the
there,
correct
and then we
feed,
had
so I don't
a
know
couple
why they're
areas
not
down towards maybe
getting the
Pipestone
correct
County that
thing.
saw some higher totals. Some of the Weather Watchers nearby, about a half an inch, upwards to maybe an inch in some spots up to the northeast there along the St. Croix. And then we had some reports south picking up about 0.3 of an inch. So good coating. As I mentioned, I'm not expecting any more new fresh snowfall outside of what
He
we
wants
may be
Del
seeing
2 out of
right
Del
now,
1,
and it's
which I
not
thought
gonna be
you've already
enough
done.
to stack up on the roads. It's just going to be enough to actually, just kind of float in the sky a little bit.
They're still getting Del
And then
2
as
and
we
Del
get through
1.
the day, we'll see more sun breaks, less cloud coverage. Then we'll kick the clouds out of here, and we are setting up a very cold, clear night. All right, so single-digit temps by the afternoon, and as I mentioned, the wind is going to be tough. It's going to be blowing about 30 miles per hour,
1
gusting,
minute.
I should
Wait.
say.
Well, 1
And
minute
that's
to
going to
target
lead to
field,
some
1
Check
minute.
both
very
faders
tough
are
wind
taken
chills
out
as we
of
go through the day today. There's the
Del
cold
1.
front. You can see the snow's kind of along that, but everything
Both
up to
the left
north
and
is
right
northwest,
split
clear
channels.
conditions. Winnipeg this morning, I saw a wind chill of about 40
Then I
degrees
don't know.
below zero. Some locations in northern Minnesota may touch that as well.
I don't know what
Areas
they're hearing
like Bemidji may get to that through the Red River Valley. That's why they have this cold weather advisory in place, all right? For the North Shore, that begins later today, and that will carry over through the overnight into tomorrow. Look at these feels-like temperatures as I take you through the rest of today. I mean, they kind of hover around 25 to 30 below
30.
up to the north, and around the Twin Cities, we're going to be right around 15. All right, so it only gets colder through the overnight as well.
No,
I think
it's
we
been
bottom
wrong
out
for
with a feels
every
like temperature
interview,
around
and
20 below.
I don't know
to
why.
25 below, depending on the wind, before things kind of settle down through the course of the day
Right.
tomorrow. As we
Crews,
bring
you're
in
coming up.
gentle
Stand by.
wind,
Art, stand
Right.
by.
our air
Stand by.
temperature starts
Those
to
boxes,
warm up just a
Art,
little bit.
and
We get through that
7.
cold air, we start to see those temperatures jump, but by the time we get to Friday into
Here we
Saturday,
come.
I have another shot for some snowfall,
Mike, the
guys.
anchors.
On Saturday, 31
Take.
degrees with some snow likely in the morning, and I still have us above freezing on Sunday with a high of
For the
35,
Art.
which is going to feel so much warmer than what we have going on today.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Joseph, thank you.
Take, Art, you're
So
up.
our national anthem is a
Spin.
proud
Ready,
symbol
Del
of our
3.
country.
Cruise.
We're going to
Cruise,
talk
you're up.
with a
Take.
veteran who went from homelessness to now
Stand by, break.
singing the national anthem here today.
And the break is rolling. We're clear.
Everyone's clear at Target Field. We have 3 minutes here, and then we have our veteran interview with Renee. Bump Cam can go find the service dog place.
Come on, sir. How are you?
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
how are you? It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So have you?
If it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, that's, in fact, I'm a 3-time winner here at the VA hospital.
Yeah.
We have a creative art department that we go in competition.
Spencer,
with
I
other
just
VA
verified
hospitals.
on the
Yeah.
audio board.
And I won
There is
3 straight
nothing
awards.
going to the Del 1
Are you
IFP.
serious?
And I performed in front of a crowd of 2,200.
Wow.
So when you win, we have judges.
Uh-huh.
You know, we have 150 VA
I don't know.
hospitals
We're
here.
not sending anything to them.
Right.
So
So it was designed for those who have PTSD.
How come you didn't tell us that he's won 3 singing competitions? You left that part out. Oh, he just did. That's incredible. That's wonderful. Now look, okay, when you perform, and you saw the other performers, did you know, yeah, I got this one?
It wasn't about the other performance. What inspired me the most was John Denver.
How so?
That's the song that I won, that I chose to sing.
Which
we
song?
got about a minute here.
This
1
on
minute to
guitar.
Target Field, 1 minute.
I chose that song because his grandmother gave him that guitar. And that guitar took him through a lot of dark days and brought him through. Inspiration, yes. Brought him through. And so the voice that I have,
$30.
30 to target field 30.
$20 seconds. 2-0. 15.
15.
10. Stand by.
Here we come. Standing by.
In
You
5,
go first.
4, 3, 2. Ready. Bravo. 1. And Micah, fade Q.
Go.
Ready. Art. Del 1.
The singing of our national anthem at today's winter
Art, you're
salute,
up.
it will be a
Dissolve.
proud moment for a veteran who knows
Free
what
Robin.
it's like to face challenges.
Veteran Renee Day is here with us
Take.
now. Renee, you were just telling us part of your story. You've got an incredible story, experiencing homelessness to standing here now
Free Art.
as a proud veteran. You talked about how MACV helped
Take.
you get back on your feet.
oh yes.
Walk us through how MACV
Free
helped
Robin.
you get back on your feet.
Before I get started, I would like to take this time to thank those in the MACV program that really actually saved me, really. Because I was in a transition of losing my apartment. And I panicked to the point that I knew that if I went homeless again in my life, I wouldn't be here talking to you today.
Ready. Art.
But MACV, I knew nothing about. I got it from another veteran about this program. This case manager, Angela, and this was on in Minneapolis, the first time I was introduced to this.
Yeah.
She was all I needed was just documents. That's all she needed to work with. And she was very much for helping me. And what was needed at this particular point,
1 minute.
from where I felt that I was safe, stable from the street, the landlord sold the property. So he gave the tenant 30 days to look for a place.
Yeah.
And that's where my panic came in at, because it ain't too,
Take Art.
I can feel that I was almost at that point of going back.
And we've heard this story so many times. Every story is different, of course, but MACV coming in at that exact moment. I'm wondering, Renee,
Ray
has
Robin.
singing always been a part of your life?
Yes, as I stated earlier, the songs is
Take
inside me.
One rep.
They're rapping.
Like
Ready.
I'm walking
Art.
in rhythm, singing my song. You know, inspiring. You know, keep myself up. I mean, I know about the demons in the street. And, you know, it's very dark out there.
Rep. 3
Hard
shots.
wrap
The
up.
chances of going to
Pretty
jail.
Art.
But you know,
Take.
you are shining that light.
Yes.
You realize you're going to
Gio and Charlie and Spin next.
Everything took a turn at because I didn't want to go back out there.
Yeah.
And
Right.
MACV came in and wrote a $1,900 check
Yeah.
because I needed security for this other apartment.
Rep.
This is just some of the
Hard
work that
wrap them,
MACV
please.
does, helping people like Renee. Thank you so much
We
for
look
sharing
forward
part of
to
your
hearing
journey.
you later
Cruz,
on
stand by. Your
today.
shot's
you
coming
so
up.
much. We
So
appreciate
nice to
it.
meet you. And veterans, we
Go
know
ahead, Theo.
who fall on
Spin
hard
take.
times, even breaking barriers during their time of service.
And
So
that's
we're going to share Susan's
Art.
story every
Oh,
time
sorry,
with
ready.
Armed Forces Network
Cruz.
and how she fell in hard times.
Cruz, you're up.
From MACV.
Dissolve.
And we're talking with a first-time service provider here at the Winter Salute who is providing help for veteran service dogs.
And break is rolling. We're clear.
everyone's clear. 3 minutes here.
Nice first half hour, guys. We'll have Soundful out of the break. Soundful will be out to Art Cam.
We come back on a 2-shot here for our restart.
Cruz, I will use your shot of that person there throughout this next interview.
Joseph, just a heads up, if you can be kind of flexible with your second weather, I might have to chop a little bit, but we'll see.
So it is fixed.
2 minutes to target field, 2 minutes.
Wade, so it is fixed?
We should have our service provider up next. You guys do a welcome back here, text to give, and then the intro to the service provider.
Minute 15.
Oh, I didn't do my cough. So during PERT, we fixed it.
Yeah.
She said, well, I heard it partly and then it disappeared. And then they said they didn't hear anything after that.
But they kept saying that we were hearing it. We were hearing it. We were hearing it.
Spencer, I don't know if he's listening on something else and he could hear it.
1 minute.
I assumed they could, but they said they didn't hear anything.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's lying to us or something.
We have our open here and then right up to the 2-shot. 30.
Okay, 30 seconds. Alpha sound through to Art Del 1. And Cruz, I'll use bump shots out of you during this interview. 15.
10 seconds.
Stand by 10.
Stand by.
5.
Here we come.
4, 3, 2, 1. Sound Alpha fade.
This is a special edition of WCCO.
Stand by, Art.
Home for the holidays.
And
from Target Field.
Art, you're up. Dissolve.
Welcome back to Target Field. We are here for a winter salute with Minnesota veterans.
This is all part of WCCO's Home for the Holiday campaign with MacV. And don't forget, you can help make this season brighter for our veterans. Easy to donate. Just text MacV.
Okay, we're going to go flash over to Cruz and then we'll come back to the interview.
WCCO.com/holidays. And a reminder here, just $40 gets a veteran a full tank of gas, and that goes a long way. Another thing that'll go a long way, doubling your donation. Right now, the James Stanton Foundation matching all donations up to $100,000. So the money you will give will come in there twice.
So as part of today's event, there are service providers that are here to help veterans with support services that they do in fact need. And joining us now is one of those service providers, Shayla Mihalich with Pine City Animal Hospital. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay, so this is your first year providing site-on care for some of the animals here. What inspired you to want to get involved with this mission with MacV for veterans?
So one of my clients actually came in with his dog not too long ago, and we got to talking. I found out he was a veteran, and it's an important issue to me. My husband is an Army veteran. We really hit it off. We had a great conversation, and I loved his dog. And he asked me, would you ever be willing to do an event like this? And I said, yes, absolutely. Put me in touch with somebody, and Laura had an email out to me 2 weeks later.
That's what's good.
Yeah, and what are you doing here today?
Today, my technician Anna and I are doing free exams on any dog or cat that comes in. We've got little goodies. We've got bow ties and bandanas and treats. And anybody who didn't bring their pet today, I'm going to give them a voucher so they can come up to me in Pine City and get a free exam.
I know that service animals, they are vital for our veterans. Can you talk about just how important they are? Especially as someone, you said your husband is a veteran himself. What's the need for service animals?
Absolutely. So while I don't know firsthand what it's like to be a veteran, I see it in my husband. And, you know, they're no different than the rest of us. They just want to be understood, heard, and wanted, needed. And animals are that and more. All of that without judgment, all of that without any care for your past or what you've done or what you haven't. So I think it gives people a reason to get up, a reason to better themselves. And the human-animal bond is incredible.
Which is why it's it's important to have these kinds of services. I saw some folks giving reading glasses to people.
Can you give me a shot around there, Cruz? Pan around.
As important as
Pretty
those
Cruz.
things for that connection
Take.
with a veteran and their service animal.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Shayla, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
We
you. Art.
appreciate the time.
Take.
Hopefully we get all kinds of service animals out to you. That way you can do that. And
Okay,
help
ready,
our
Vio
veterans.
and
Thank you so much for your
Bravo.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Now we want to take a minute
Go ahead,
to share
Vio.
the story
Take.
of another veteran who was able to get
Already
a
Charlie VO to Alpha
So
Sound.
meet Army veteran
Two
Susan
shot, please,
Clark.
Art.
During her time in service, she was one of a few females working on air for the Armed Forces Network.
Dissolve.
Well, as Reg Chapman shows us, she never thought
Already
she
Alpha
would
Sound.
need a helping hand from an organization like McVie.
Sound Dissolve. 309. Not alone is the
Susan
altitude.
Bazina was
This is
exposed to life in the
309,
military at an early age.
My father's
We
was
have a
my
full screen
with the
first,
commander of
and
the
then I'll do the
recruiting
freestyle with
command I
Reg.
went in under. So I
Okay,
got used to traveling light.
Sorry,
Susan
Art.
traveled
3 shot with
around the country
Reg.
with her dad before she joined the United States Army as a broadcast journalist, public affairs specialist. Top of her class at the prestigious Defense Information School, she worked in Honduras before getting the opportunity of a lifetime.
The big dream, of course, is like the big show, was getting to go to Europe. And it was then West and East Germany, and AFN Frankfurt was the headquarters. And I made it there.
Good evening, welcome to the Draft House. We're still on the road at the lovely AFRC Houseboat Lodge in Garmisch.
Susan broke barriers and stories that set her apart from others at the Armed Forces Network.
Why is there a Nurses Day? What's the whole purpose behind it?
She served 8 years and then went to Austin Peay State University to get her degree in public relations and marketing. Her first civilian job was in radio.
I moved to Birmingham, Alabama, and was the morning co-anchor on WCCO News. Here's what's happening.
Life was good. She married her college sweetheart. They had one son, Ben. When he graduated from college and entered the Army, Susan says her life fell apart. Her husband did not want to be married any longer. She packed up what she could in her car and left.
Yeah, it's kind of sad when everything you own fits in your car and there's room for more.
From one city to the next, job after job, Susan worked to support herself until one day she couldn't.
Everything that I'd been carrying with my past relationship and everything, I couldn't do it. I had a huge anxiety panic attack, and I just said, I can't do this anymore.
Suicidal thoughts clouded her mind. Susan reached out to an Army buddy who lived in Iowa.
She said, no, don't. Come here. So I packed up everything in my car and moved to Iowa, got involved with the VA. You know, they helped me recognize my anxiety. I was doing really well. Then I met a guy, and he said, hey, I got a job opportunity in Minneapolis. And I was, working this remote job, and I was like, yeah, let me do this.
Once again, life was good. Then she lost her job. The financial stress aided her relationship, and her trusty vehicle became her safe haven.
Oh, I was driving around thinking, what am I going to do? And I entered in my Google Maps, veteran activity Saturday. And that's when ETS every third Saturday came up.
If we can give you those tools, those support, those community.
ETS is where she met a MacV
Heather full
outreach
screen
specialist.
first, then out to the free shot. You have about a minute
And
to
there's a
chat with
lovely
Reg.
lady named Amanda. So it was just so cool to have another female veteran to speak to.
Amanda helped Susan get into a motel and then finally an apartment of her own.
The one thing about all of this too, I'll tell you, Reg, is that I was always treated with dignity and respect.
Susan credits MacV for helping her get
Okay,
her
stand by,
life
guys.
back
Stand
on
by,
track.
guys.
And it's not
full screen
just
first, then Art.
Here's your room key, figure it out. It's you have somebody, a battle buddy, to help you. MacV, you are not alone.
Mike the Anchors, QM, dissolve.
Now, Susan urges veterans, especially women, to reach out when they need support. And for mental health support, you can always call 988 and then press 1 for free confidential support from someone familiar with military culture. We got Reg back here. And Reg, again, Susan points out this idea of just being treated with dignity and respect. We've heard that over and over when talking about MacV.
Well, because a lot of the people working at MacV are veterans themselves, so they understand what it's like to deal with trauma, to actually be out in the streets with no support, and they become that support. And so it's just so important that we support this organization because they're doing so much for our veterans, especially female veterans. We're seeing an increasing number of females coming forward needing services.
You know, Rex, the one thing that stands out too is looking at someone like Susan, someone who, from all eyes, has it all together. Until you don't, until that rug is pulled out from under you. This could happen to anyone.
It can happen to anybody. I'm a veteran. It can happen to me. Just one false turn, one mistake, can lend you on the streets, and you need help to get out of homelessness, and that's what MacV does the best.
Certainly is.
Pretty art take.
Well, Reg, we're going to continue to check in with you because these stories are incredibly
Spin,
inspiring.
Rudy,
So
Vio,
many
and
people
Bravo.
here today, things are starting to get underway now.
Take.
Inspiring young people out there are now getting
Stand by break.
involved in helping others.
We're finding out why Emily decided she wanted to help support MacV's mission to end veteran homelessness.
Break. Clear.
Field is clear. 3 minutes here, and then we have Emily and her mom.
Okay, we'll have an open animation with spin to a VO to a 4-shot. Art 4-shot. And Robin, you will have to follow whoever is the talker between the mother and daughter. Let's do this. Cruz, can you come over to the table and get me a second cutaway shot?
Joseph, can you hear me?
Did I
have you in
lose
for 2 minutes right now?
Cruz's feet on Del 3? Spencer, are you seeing Chris Cruz at all over there? Okay, I seem to have possibly lost his feed. Oh no, I got him now, I got him. Chris, can you head over to the table?
90.
Give me a second cutaway shot. Thank you. Okay, Cruz is on his way over to help with cutaway shots. So, Art, you're my 4-shot. Robin and Cruz, you're going to be my cutaways.
One minute.
1 minute.
Sorry, field 1 minute.
I guess it's a chair now, not a
We have a couple
table.
of VOs first, and then right out to the 4-shot.
Okay, 45.
STMA.
Thank you for help with this, Chris.
30 to VOs, 30.
30 seconds here, VO and Charlie first. Cruz, can you go on the other side next to Robin and help with cutaways of the person talking?
10
Is
seconds.
that possible
to VO.
or no?
Getting close. I'll give you a go.
Stand by up on VO and spin here. Thank you very much. 3,
Stand by VO.
2, 1. And spin, fade, Micum, and Q.
Go.
Ready, VO and Alpha.
Welcome back to our home for the holidays winter salute. She is just 16
Del
years
1.
old, but already making a big impact on the lives of veterans in need across Minnesota. This year, Emily Roth from St. Michael took on a project to help raise money in support of MacV.
We caught up with her last week as she was working with her mom here to help pack moving kits.
Pretty
for
Robin,
veterans.
Del 2.
They include everything you need. We
Take.
have them right here when you move into.
Pretty
a new
Cruz,
place.
Del
And
3,
we
give me
have
the
Emily
basket.
and Laura Roth here to talk with us today. Thank you both for
All right,
being
ready,
here today.
pretty
For
Art, take.
doing this. Emily, tell us what inspired you.
Robin, give me Emily, please.
I'm the proud granddaughter of a Vietnam veteran.
Okay,
and so
ready,
I wanted
Robin,
to help
take.
veterans in some sort of way. And so when I was looking around
Cruz.
when I started looking for groups to partner with for my project,
Take.
I started hearing a lot about how
Pretty Robin.
how many homeless veterans there are in Minnesota.
Take.
I knew I wanted to help them.
Pretty Art.
And MacV, I saw some of their social media and their holiday stuff, and I knew that I was like, this is the group that I need to partner with.
How do you, the fundraising effort that you got underway, it's pretty incredible at 16 years old. What was that process, going through that process like?
What are you, Robin?
It was a lot to start with, but I had a big support group from Daughters of the American Revolution, Sons of the American Revolution, and they were a big support. They let me speak at some of their meetings across Minnesota, and they have helped me raise over $15,000.
Wow.
Laura, how
Pretty hard to take.
I mean,
Okay, Cruz, can you give me Laura or Robin? That works.
To you,
Where do
so
you,
your
Rob?
daughter Emily comes to you and says, Mom, I have this idea. What happens next?
Well, after the panic attack subsides, then we just sort of jump in, and the support group, like she said, Daughters of the American Revolution, the Sons, everybody has been so supportive. They're like, they hear about our project and they're like, what can we do? And actually, DAR reached out to us and said, we want to make move-in kits for our state
Can you
project.
give me the basket again,
And
please,
is that
Cruz?
something that we can do? And we said, absolutely. So Emily looked it up. She figured out how to do it. She reached out to MacV and just got the ball rolling.
I'm looking at everything. You got towels in here. You got paper towels, toilet paper.
You really thought of everything. So you have a whole flatware set, all the basic needs that you might skip over.
Pretty hard to take.
Like, these people do not have anything.
Robin, you can get me the girl again.
I mean, cleaning supplies. You have laundry detergent.
Okay, they're on the wrap.
You don't necessarily think about
Cruz, you're clear. You can go get a bump shot.
Each
Thank you for
kit
the help.
costs about almost $300 to put together, and the DAR put together 14 kits.
You can give me a two.
So it was almost $4,000.
Go a little bit wider there, Robin.
All because Emily had a great idea. And Mom said, okay, let's do that.
Nah, never mind. Stay on the 4 shot here. What are you, 11?
I tell you what, you're inspiring so many people. I'm inspired myself. Everyone can do their part. Everyone can do their part. Let's
Take,
go ahead and
11's
check
up.
in well, our weather, because
Yes,
it is
sir, clear.
So cold
I need a
outside
2-shot
right now
art.
as we give you a live look from the CCO Tower. See our community tree. It looks beautiful with all that snow, but Joseph
Pretty
James,
boxes,
those
Art
temperatures
and
doesn't feel all that
Joseph,
great outside
Mike
right
Joseph.
Yeah, it looks great. Doesn't
Take.
feel good. You're right. It is definitely cold out there.
47.
And there's some blowing snow
Take.
right now. As
Okay,
we are going to be
target field's
pushing
clear for
about
now.
30 miles per hour at
Those
times
will
today.
suspect. We
Gusting
do
to
the
maybe a
VO
little
and
bit
side
stronger
VO
than
for
that.
community
So
tree, and then you
that's
show
going to
around
usher
it.
in the colder air. But what it's also doing right now is allowing for snow to be blowing around. And we do have a couple areas that have been dealing with some snowfall. Now, this is our shot coming out of St. Paul looking towards Minneapolis. You can see the visibility is down. That's because we have a little bit of snowfall moving through the metro area right now that is actually approaching.
Okay, we'll do
areas
boxes
of
with
St. Paul. I'll show you the radar
Art
here in
Del
just
1
one
at
second.
7.
Temperatures only
And then we
plummeting
will go
throughout the day today.
to
Feels like temperatures also
VO
are
and Bravo,
going down.
VO and Charlie.
Right, so make sure that you're grabbing the gloves. Do what you can to protect your
And then
skin.
back
I was
to
up at
Art.
6:30. My face
Cruz,
was
I
exposed.
will use you after the
and
tease
it
video.
did feel great, all right? So even if you could cover that,
We have
that's a good
90
idea.
seconds.
I'm going to show you the radar. We just had this passing through Minneapolis. So we had that shot of our community tree. You can see that the snow was blowing around, but we also had active snow coming down with it. Now, I don't believe that this snow right here is really going to stack up, bother the roads all that much, but it has lowered the visibility. And we saw from our camera from St. Paul that the visibility there in the distance was pretty low, all right? So if you have to head out right now, you might come across this little blip of snow. Behind it, though, the wind's still strong.
Thank you, Robin. I was just going to ask if you could give me cutaways of the ornaments.
Move in as we go through the day today. You can see those clear skies.
Coming out of weather here, we do a quick
Forecast
VO,
wind
and then
gusts
it
as we
goes
go
into
through the
the
day. I
shot
mentioned it could push
for
about
Chris
30 to
Schaefer, and then back
35
to
miles
VO
per
before
hour.
it come out to
That
shoulder.
will settle down as we head into our Thursday morning, more so Thursday afternoon. So with that, our wind chills are going to be brutal today. For example, Alexandria, 4 p.m., about 25 below. That's about a 10 to 20 minutes frostbite time. All right, so again, cover up your skin the best that you can. I mentioned everything settles down as we head into Thursday, more so Friday, but then we're now tracking another system that's going to pull up from the south as we go into Friday night to Saturday morning, which could leave us with some snowfall by the time we head into our Saturday
Okay, stand by, Art, stand by.
before that clears out. Saturday later in the day. That's new to the forecast. It was supposed to stay south, and it looks like it's inching up to the north. So we're going to keep an eye on that over the next day or so. By Sunday, guys, we're back to the 30s, above freezing, with a high of 35 degrees, and we carry
Mike
that over
Anchors.
Monday, and potentially Tuesday too.
Thanks, Joseph.
Ready, VO and Bravo.
Many of
Take,
our
Joe's
holidays
clear.
is not complete without a Christmas tree.
What do you sound
and
at Charlie?
We have a very special one.
Sound Charlie, dissolve.
You ready? Here we go. 3.
Stand by the
2,
anchors.
1. Light up. Yes.
Mike under and Q.
As part of our home for the holidays, Chris Schaefer had the honor of lighting up our community
Art.
tree out there on our WCCO rooftop, and every year we ask you to send in ornaments to help decorate this tree, and every year you do. The tree is then brought to make a home for a veteran brighter here, and you did not disappoint this year.
I mean, you all are always answering the call. So we actually have some of the ornaments that you all have gotten and you brought in for us.
I have Cheryl from Montgomery, and Cheryl made.
Can you give me the two? Thank you.
Yeah,
Take.
Right, and she has many scraps to use. So these are made from her scraps, but just how beautiful!
Wow, that's beautiful. We also have one from Ruth. This is one from Ruth from St.
Still on, Robin.
She said she saw this ornament. She immediately reminded her of the flag, our country's symbol of freedom and democracy.
Okay, I have one here from Tony and Gloria. They're from Glencoe. That's this one. We're going to see if I can kind of turn it this way. Turn it this way. And she said, we'd like to thank you for your service and your patriotism for our beautiful nation. She says, we do not take that for granted.
And here's one from Laura. She says, from Foresight, she says, her dad was a Vietnam veteran. He died in June of 2023 after the effects of the exposure of Agent Orange. She said she made these crocheted ornaments to honor him and also to honor his service. So just an example of some of the work that you all are continuing to do. You can go on to WCCO.com/holidays if you'd like to donate an ornament. Help us decorate the tree before we donate it this year to a local veterans community building.
Spin wipe.
Up next, how veterans here today
Stand by,
will
Cruz.
be getting a care package with some very helpful items.
Dissolve. Stand by, break. Break.
Everyone at Target Field is clear.
Clear.
John is up next. McPhee John.
Last block. I'll start on Cruz's shot. We'll go Cruz, VO, Art, with Robin cutaways. And Cruz, I will end the show with you. We will have 2 promos with Shayla and 2 weathers with Joseph after the show.
So we can come up to the 3-shot right away with John here. After we wrap with John, we'll go to the full screen again, text to give. So then you'll have to swap out John and Reg there fairly quickly, about 20 seconds.
Okay, during text to give, we will swap Reg and the guest. Oh, look at the puppy.
You guys, you'll probably have about a minute to chat with Reg at the end of the show here. 10-4. Thank you.
Cruz, I hope you're going to show me the puppy for the bump shot. Oh, look at the puppy. Minute 45 here from break. That is a very good puppy. Oh. He's like, nope, don't want to be on camera.
Joseph, if you're still plugged in, thank you. You were right on time. I appreciate that.
I was all ready to come up from the break with the puppy, and the puppy's like, nope, I don't want to be on camera. There's a puppy.
1 minute to target field, 1 minute. Got our bump cam, a quick VO, and then out to the 3-shot.
Oh, look at the puppies. They're so cute. Oh.
I forgot to put a tunage on the bump shot here. I'll drag a tune down so we can have a little tune come in.
Let's do some Miracle coming back, shall we? $20.
15 to target field, 15.
15, we're up on Dell 3. Cruz's cam with a cute puppy.
There's a cute little puppy on the bump shot, by the way.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Cruz, you're up. Spin, fade. You can make the anchors under and cue. Ready, VO and Bravo.
Look at that. Welcome back to the Winter Salute event for veterans. Good morning to our little friends there. We are live here at Target Field. Now, recently,
Dissolve. You're clear, Cruz. You give me a shot for the end of the show. Ready, back to Dell 1, Art Cam.
You can see them right they're packing up. These packages being given out to the veterans right here at Target Field later on today. And special handwritten holiday messages to each veteran to thank them for their commitment and dedication to our country.
So John Lowell, the president and CEO of
Okay,
MACV, joins us
ready,
now.
Robin.
So this is the bag that everyone is going to get today who comes here. Inside all of this stuff that's in here. These care packages, they show so much appreciation for our veterans.
Number one, thank you for pointing this out. Thank you to the WCCO team for putting these packages together with the support from all these great sponsors. With WSI, it's cold outside, a net gator. Really, I mean, with the nice logo on it and everything for the event. 3M and General Mills, United Concordia, everybody is chipped in something here for our veterans to be able to go home with. We call it a gift bag. I think it's kind of like a stocking stuffer. You got little things in here.
You got Land O'Lakes, they got some hot cocoa here. What's cool about this, John, I think, is all these Minnesota companies recognizing the importance of a group like MACV and the work that they do.
These Minnesota companies have been a part of this event with us and supporting us with these packages for the past 7 years, and we do greatly appreciate all of our Minnesota companies recognizing Minnesota veterans.
Well, you think about it, you just mentioned before, it's cold out today. It's very, very cold out today. So for a homeless veteran who's on the streets, hand warmers are going to go so far. A net gator, as you mentioned, is going to go so far. Having those gloves, socks, all these necessities that people living on the streets, they need. This is helping them get by.
These are things they can use. Absolutely.
John, it seems, we've been over here since the doors have opened, but it seems like it's going great.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest turnout we've had. I know it's the most service providers and vendors who've been at this event. You saw we have puppies this year. I mean, come on. I mean, there's a lot of things that put a smile on your face here today to include the package, but we also have puppies, veterinary services. It really is.
Cruise about 2 minutes to your shot.
So this is year 8, year 9. What happens next year?
Well, we just keep getting better.
That's what it's supposed to be, right?
That's right.
Bigger and better, continuing that mission to eradicate homelessness right here in Minnesota.
And I believe in 2025, Minnesota will be the fourth state to be able to declare a functional end to homelessness, and events like this are what's making it happen.
Yeah, and that would be incredible. And organizations like yours. John, thank you so much for being here today, for putting this on.
Swap out John and Reg, please.
For all these years. Now, a reminder, you can do everything to make your season brighter for our veterans. It's so easy to do.
Okay, back to Art here, 90 show, 90.
44321. You can also find the info at WCCO.com/holidays. And $156 donation. That will give the veteran the clothes they need for a new job. And all this money is matched. The James Stanton Foundation matching donations up to $100,000 right now. So the money you give will be doubled. It will go a long way.
Reg Chapman joining us to wrap things up here. Reg, a couple of words that I've thought about today. Trust, dignity, honor. I mean, those are 3 words that have really stuck with me today as far as an event like this. When
1
a veteran
minute
comes through these doors, that's what you want people to feel.
Exactly. MACV is excellent at providing that to all the veterans who step up and say, hey, I need a helping hand. And it's benefits that they've earned through their service to our country. So MACV's proud to do that, and we're proud to be a part of it.
And Reg, we've seen you walking around, chatting with people here. What are you hearing from people here today?
Well, they're thankful for our viewers, because our viewers are donating money to help them live productive lives. That without what we do, some of these people will still be on the streets. And look, it's cold. It's
30 seconds.
And gloves and socks, and also all the resources they need to get them off the streets into a home for the holidays.
Yeah, and John said it himself. He said just a minute ago.
20 seconds.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We can
Wrap.
veteran homelessness here in Minnesota.
It's breaking news again. Stand by, Cruz.
So we're looking for Ramsey County. We need your donations to make it all possible.
All right, Chris on you. Dissolve.
That's
Chris is
our
up.
streaming service, CBS News
9,
Minnesota. Of
8,
course, we'll be back
7,
live on TV
6,
and online
5,
at noon.
4,
Great day, everybody.
3, 2, 1. Clear. Very nice job, everyone.
Everyone was
We're clear.
Great job, Target Field. Best show yet. Thank you.